Buenas, 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 buenas. Probando. ¿Se escuchan? You hear me? Okay, perfect. So, we are EVBN, the first virtual blockchain. So, I'm gonna give you a small description about how the EVBN works, how you make your own EVBN, and how you make your own service. So, it's gonna be quick, like deploying your own EVBN. So, let's get into the process. You first need to go to evbn.info and go to the GitHub. In the GitHub, you're gonna find all the repositories. The repository for deploying your own EVBN gonna be testnet contracts. So you need to clone that contract, and after this, you can set up some stuff. You can find it at evbn.info if you find it in the quick start. And you're gonna see all the process for deploying your EVBN. After this, it's just simple. You only use npm run wizard. After this, you're gonna ask for your admin address. So I'm gonna use my address right now. And deploy it. So gonna ask for my golden fisher address, gonna ask for my activation address, and they're gonna ask for my EVBN name. So I'm gonna be quick in this part. With EVBN, you can deploy your own virtualized blockchain and any blockchain you can imagine. So any EVBN compatible blockchain, you can deploy it, and you can configure that virtual blockchain as you wish. And you can see you have the EVBN name. For this example, you're gonna put I don't know, ETHGlobal. We're gonna put the principal token name. So the principal token name is in charge for the staking services and the reward services. So when you interact with EVBN, any transaction you make, you give a small reward for your execution. So in this example, you're gonna put the token principal name, gonna be global, and the ticker gonna be GLP. Okay, so they asked you about the advanced metadata. Just for a quick summary, the advanced metadata can be the total supply of tokens around the EVBN, the ERA tokens, and the reward. After this, it's just simple. Press yes again, select your network. In this case, you can put Ethereum Sepolia or Arbitrum Sepolia, but you can add your own RPC custom. So you can deploy everywhere. So in this example, we're gonna deploy on Ethereum Sepolia. They ask about our wallet. So right now we are compilating. Takes a little bit, so while we're waiting, compiler is successful. Okay, so they ask about the private key. So we're gonna put my password, sorry. And right now we're deploying their own EVBN. So while we're waiting, let's talk about the services. So the services is the most simple thing. So it's a smart contract you can connect with the EVBN. In this example, gonna be two. The backend is gonna be the smart contract and the front end. So for the contract, you can go to the GitHub repositories, and you can find the Hackathon coffee shop example. So for this part, gonna be this. So you need to declare some variables, some simple variables, and the interface for EVBN. You can find us on npm. If you want to deploy, for example, in Hardhat or Remix, you can do that too. And after this, we declare the libraries, so the EVBN, and the staking address. After this, it's just simple. So we have the simple input variables. It's gonna be the name of the of the user they want to transact this order coffee, the type of coffee you want to use, the quantity, the total price, and the nonce. The nonce is the most important part. So because of the transactions go signed by RC one-on-one, and the input's gonna be sent through the phishing spot, you need to use the nonce just for don't duplicate the transactions. After this, you put the signature. I'm gonna talk about later about the signatures, and some stuff for the EVBM because it's a payment system. So we have the priority fee. This priority fee gonna be the fee for the fishers for executing that transaction, the nonce for the EVBM, the priority flag. If you put true, you're gonna be async nonces, and you put false, you're gonna be synchronous nonces. After this, the signature for the EVBM, and after this, gonna be the logic. So if you see, they have this format for the EVBM. They have the EVBM ID, the function name, and the inputs. All gonna be on the string. So they have this library called signature verification. You can find this too on the NPM. And the only thing you need to do is you put your EVBM ID, the function name, and a string concat about all the inputs gonna be inside. After this, we check about the the nonce in the service and the payment process. So one interesting thing, if you see in the IEVBM, you're gonna find the from, the who is gonna execute the transaction, the to, who is gonna send the, in this case, the ether, can be an address, can be an identity, the token you're gonna use, the amount you're gonna send, the priority fee, the nonce for the ABBM, the priority flag, the address, and the signature. So one important part is the executor. Think about as a voucher. So for this example, the only transaction can be executed because of that. It's only the service, the EVBN cafe. But if a fisher tries to execute that and has a different address than the service, the system gonna revert and you can execute that payment. And we have a verification for this, the address staker. One interesting part of the EVBN is that as a simple account can be a staker, but a service too. So a service, a smart contract, can receive rewards and can receive the priority fee of that execution. And if you are a staker, well, you can program that rewards for distributing. So in this example, we distribute all the priority fee for the fisher, and this part, we're gonna distribute the half of the rewards given for that payment to that fisher. And after that, we just check the nonces and verify it's all correct. And if you want to stake as a service, you have two options. Use our library to make more simple execution, or you can follow this step for making that staking process. And for the on stake, it's just simple. Just this part, and after this, you put the service on staking. And for the front end, it's gonna be pretty easy. So if you go to front, and you go to the components, cafe component. Right now, I don't have the npm installed, so it's gonna be a little bit of problem. But if you go to make sig, you're gonna find all the process to make that signature. So it's pretty easy to follow. And let's check it out about our registration. So right now we deploy our EVBN instance, so we're gonna register that EVBN. It's important to register that EVBN because you only have one unique ID. It's the same as, for example, the chain ID. So if the third, more simple way is just to not confuse one EVBN to another. So we verify, we send it to the registry, and after that, we register inside the EVBN. We're waiting for the confirmation. Right now, the internet is a little bit slower, so and that's it. You have your own EVBN instance ready to use. And that's it for my part. So right now, we're going with Oucan. They have figured out how to develop a service or a front end for Vibecoders. Sí.
Bien, bien.
Creo que se está poniendo problema un poquito el proyector para versiones miembros, pero intenta. Que comienza en la pantalla hacia quebrarse. Si le puedes bajar la resolución,
Ok.
mira a ver si te permite.
Eso es menos. Eso es menor.
Si no, no te deja.
¿En qué?
En extendido.
Extendido.
Puedes poner extendido, porque si no, no te.
Ok, está bien. Está bien.
Se va a salir. Exacto. Y ahí pasas al otro lado. Acá tienes una pantalla. Igual la tienes acá.
Ok.
También acá. Pendiente del micrófono que te pueda escuchar.
Ok. Perfect. Can you hear me?